So in the first part of our video, we saw how we could find an exploit that would allow us access to our CMS application by creating a username and password up inside of the SQL database on that CMS application known as a Dropple. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring back up that web page, and we're just going to back this off. We're going to hit enter. So with the username and password that we created using that Python script, I'm now going to go ahead and log in as admin. And we're into the site. Our goal here is to create a reverse shell between Kali and this remote target. Now to do this, we're going to use the Dropple application, which comes with a module for creating a shell. So to do this, we're going to click on modules, and from here we're going to click on where it says install new module. Now we can take a look at this module we're about to download just by going out to the Dropple site. So we're going to go ahead and just copy in the following URL into the address bar, hit enter. It's going to take us on out the Dropple. Now here is the shell itself. Now to get this shell, this module, you have to scroll down here to the bottom, and from here you're going to right click where it says zip. From the context menu you're going to say copy link location, just like that. You go back on over to the Dropple site and you're going to install from a URL. You're going to right click inside of this address bar, you're going to paste, and there you see that you have the actual path to this module that we need to download. Go ahead and click install, and it comes back and it tells you that it was installed successfully. Now we have to enable the module. So let's go ahead and enable newly added modules. Now for this you have to scroll down almost to the bottom, and you have to get to other. When you get here, just check the box for the shell, scroll to the bottom, click on where it says save configuration, and it comes back letting us know the configuration options have been saved. Now let's go back to the dashboard, and from here we're going to do a search for the navigation page, because that's where the link for the shell is going to be located. So let's type in navigation inside of the search window, hit enter, and now over here you see where there is this link for a shell. Go ahead and click it, and now you have your shell. But what we need to do is establish that reverse shell connection between this machine and our Kali machine. So let's go ahead and minimize our browser. Let's go on back over here to our terminal. Let's do a clear, and we're now going to start a Netcat Listener. So here's the command. It's real simple for establishing a listener on our Kali machine. So this is going to be waiting for that listener once we hit enter. So let's go ahead and hit enter. Now it's listening for anything that comes across port 4444. Now let's go back to our browser, and down here at the bottom where we can type in code into the shell, I'm going to type in the following. Let's go ahead and just hit enter. Let's go ahead and minimize our browser, and we're now connected to our remote target 192.168.0.29. Now we need to get a shell, and we want a bash shell, so we're going to use Python again. This is a well-known piece of script. We've used it numerous times before, and this is what we can use again to help us establish that shell. So I'm going to go ahead, type in the following, and I'm going to hit enter, and it comes back and it gives us the prompt that we want. Now this is a limited prompt. We still don't have root yet, but we're almost there. So we next need to find any binaries that have the SUID, which is a Linux feature which allows the user to execute files with the permissions of a specific user. And we can use the find command for this. So I'm going to type in the following here: find space /space -perm space /4000. Hit enter. So it comes back with all the binaries that are currently using the SUID permission. Now the one that we're interested in just so happens to be find, because that's going to allow us to also run an executable. So let's see how we do that. So from the results, we see that the find command has the SUID option and is owned by the root user. Lastly, the find command has the -exec option, which can be used to run commands, and that's perfect for what we need. So what we need now is a shell prompt with root access. So we're going to use find with the following options. Once I have that all typed in correctly, I'm just going to hit enter, and it comes back giving us a £, letting us know that this is a bash shell, and we're now going to check to see what privileges we currently have. So I'm going to type in who am I. I am root. I'm now going to change location over to the root home folder, so I'm going to type in cd /root. Now I'm going to type in an ls, and you'll see we have the flag. The only thing we have left to do now is just to cat out the flag. So the only thing we have left to do is to see the contents of the final flag.txt file and see what it tells us. So we're going to use cat to bring that information up to our terminal, and it tells us that, well done, hopefully you've enjoyed this and learned some new skills. So that's going to conclude this video tutorial on how we go about completing the capture the flag for DC-1. So if you have any questions or you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out, contact your instructor, and I'll see you in the next capture the flag exercise.